How often, when confronted with bad behaviour in adults, do we call them bogans or Neanderthals? But have Neanderthals received a bad rap as primitive thickheads, an evolutionary dead end? Or do we owe them more than we'd like to think? Maybe even in our own genes. Dr. Alan Mann is a world authority on human evolution at the University of Pennsylvania.
I work in the southwest of France, and I am particularly interested in Neanderthals. And Neanderthals are an extinct group of humans.
Were Neanderthals humans?
I think they used language. They were very adept at tool making. They buried their dead. Of course, they were very adept at living under the very, very difficult circumstances of glacial Europe. And they were able to do that very, very well. Probably they did not have large populations, and perhaps some of their groups became extinct. But by and large, they were extremely successful in their ability to make out in a very harsh environment.
Did they evolve parallel to us or serially? Were they a parallel set of animals, or were they a step along the way to Homo sapiens?
I'm very certain they were not a step along the way. I think they shared the prehistoric world with us, and I suspect, although I don't have enough evidence to demonstrate this, that they were a part of humanity, that modern humans presumably evolved in sub-Saharan Africa, and at the same time Neanderthals, who were, I think, another population of humanity, were living in the glacial parts of Europe.
Do we have Neanderthal genes? Did we intermarry with them?
I don't know about intermarrying. We probably fooled around a little bit. Yes, the genetic material shows that modern Europeans have about 4% genetic material from Neanderthals, and that's quite a bit. In terms of establishing who we are, there is very good and really strengthening evidence that since the time of the invention of agriculture and animal domestication 10, 12,000 years ago, humans have been undergoing dramatic evolutionary change.
Have you any idea at all what came before? In other words, what was the step that was almost human to human?
That is a really good question, and I think this has some very important implications for ourselves. The Western traditional religions see humans as unique, as equipped with a soul that gives us the ability to continue on after corporal death. So, if that is in fact the case, and we are equipped with this, and the animal world from which we came are not equipped with it, when in fact in the evolutionary record did our ancestors become equipped or have a soul become part of them? And that's a question that can be answered in a couple of ways. One way is that it was a miraculous development that a particular generation of our ancestors became equipped with a soul, in which case their parents were animals and not humans. Or there was a slow, gradual development of individuals with a soul, in which case then you had some peoples who were semi-human and not human. Today, I think most anthropologists, most scholars would think that language, articulate speech, is probably the one feature that more than any other distinguishes humans from the rest of the living world.
Given that there are no fossil records or no bone records of language, how do we know when language started, such as that?
We don't. And that's a real problem, because the bony fossil evidence that is left to us for study does not, in fact, have any distinctive features that we could use to definitively say, this particular creature was able to speak as we do.